inside of this, specifically with the selection of heroes. And this time around, they're just coming out with fire and gusto. They're bringing out the Roadhog. They lean into that quite a bit. Luke's really strong on it. Look at this. We're seeing double flanker Zenyatta coming out on the other side of it. So this first round has the potential to be very, very bloody, very quick. We're just immediately, BLT's charging in, going all the way over to the spawn on the other side, directly just chasing after, trying to look for an early hook coming up from Luke. And these flankers are just doing a good job bouncing around, and they can see the fact that they're going in, and Panic goes in strong onto the Roadhog, but not getting much damage. Scorpion's now doing the same and gets taken down as the Fleck wears.
Yeah, just that early left, that close range left click from Lu HQ, or Luke rather, takes him out. And so that will be a win for BLT. Supernova Esports, that is a strong composition that they're running. They're very good at the double DPS dive comp, as we've seen them run in previous rounds, but it got shut down there. You know, seemingly with ease. They just couldn't quite find the coordination they needed to. The Roadhog player from BLT not letting them in.
Luke just so solid on Roadhog. We've seen it multiple times. We've been through these events. He's a real X factor inside of here. Now, Alien very quietly plays behind Luke, but does some significant damage. Luke's just really good about making a big distraction as he goes through. And with the Diva that he's running, is going to be a really good job at that. On the flip side, look at this. We're seeing Panic is going to be bringing out the Roadhog this time. May in conjunction. This is going to be a very close range comp that's going to have to be going in. So we're going to see how that pairs up against this McCree. Are they going to choose to, is BLT going to choose to keep distance and lean into the hit scan? Or are they just going to choose to just charge in like they did last time?
They actually take it. They take a different entrance, BLT. They don't take the middle entrance. That's the first time I've ever seen a team not take the middle entrance. Well, it did actually result in a difference here because they were on the left side, so these teams are not quite as close as they would be. Luke narrowly dodges a hook.
It connected, but the wall saved him with the new hook 2.0. Well, I can't even say it's new hook.
People keep saying, "Oh, the new hook, the new hook." It's been 3 months at this point.
Yeah. Well, it gets confusing because if you call it hook 2.0, people are like, "Wait, what?" So Panic Paladin looks like he's trying to go for a flank over here, but gets spotted out.
Oh, long range hook. It's on the Diva though, so she can get out. But we didn't see in the back. Alien takes out Scorpion. We have a nice sleep, but unfortunately Luke is going to wind up waking him up. He has no choice. Nano Boost is going to be doing a lot to Luke, but he has to waste the entire duration by blocking the whole hog. It's the support war. Another sleep takes out Zombie. Or no, looks like the boost actually wakes him up. He is still alive. Self-destruct will remech this Diva. That's what that was mostly used for. So now we still have, I mean, this fight is reset 2v2. Oh no.
CJ Chrome gets hooked, doesn't get taken down by Panic, so immediately retreats back. Soundberry comes out from Zombie, playing aggressive, but they're not just getting damage. Zombie's off kind of by himself now and is getting harassed down. 2 people now down. This is a 1v1. It's a Diva versus a Roadhog.
This is it. This is the, oh no, the hook misses. That is a big tool the Roadhog has against Diva. Let's see here. Diva does have self-destruct. Okay, I don't know if the Diva can lose this. If she gets demeched, she still has self-destruct. She's gonna use it right now. She can't die in pilot form though.
Panic Paladin makes it away, takes a breather, coming back in, hits the hook again. That's low damage now coming out from Luke.
He's so low.
Everybody is so low in this, and Luke manages to get the last couple, takes advantage on Panic Paladin. And that's what we were wanting to see moving into this. That was a really close match. But BLT does end up taking it, pushing them into a 2-0. So if they win the next round, that means that they get the first point in the series.
That was such an amazing 1v1. So well played by both players, but the Diva play from Alien 42 was just too strong. The great usage of the ultimate meter combined with his resource meter on the defense matrix. Just great. Fair and Mercy combo. This is the last gasp of air so far for this particular match by Supernova Esports.
They're going to be running it into a dive comp, which is going to be fairly interesting. It's going to come down to how strong can Luke's Genji perform inside this. And also, Panic Paladin running the Diva means the fact that the rest of the group can jump on him. Sure, does have the ability to maneuver, get away at some point, but if burns too much of the flight coming in on this, that means that this Winston and Zenyatta can just tear into them. Panic Paladin's being smart about it, playing pretty far back. just letting the damage go through. You can see that Alien's trying to find somewhere to go through, but they know that they can't make much use of this. It's all going to come down to, can Luke get some damage onto this pharmacy?
That is a unique skill that Genji players need to have, is be able to dash up, right click. There's a combo on the Pharah, but they can't quite find her. We see though the D.Va though does get actually found and isolated. The D.Va being a little bit too aggressive. That's why I think D.Va is a bit difficult to run with his composition. He's not a Tracer or Genji. He can just get away like that, but still there's no healer anymore. Oh, okay, so it's just a solo Pharah here. He still has, this is still possible for Scorpion.
He's got to play it real safe.
One more rocket.
When he touches the ground.
Oh, that rocket was so close.
Winston jumps in. That was a nice cushion blast from Scorpion. Understanding, pushing it back. There's no heal right now that can come out. So Luke's just hanging
another
back.
direct hit. One more. This is so close. Oh, but the ulting Winston, that might be too much. Oh, and the reflect ult straight back at the Pharah. Very valiant effort by Scorpion. Very close, actually. But in the end, nicely timed ultimate by Alien 42 on that. Winston is going to finish it up.
We saw an interesting set of events right there that kind of put everybody... We saw Zombie Soup in an awkward spot. Counter for retreat back. Oh, that was just like a foot shot. Just like, nope, you go away, Genji. I don't want to deal with you right now. Tracer's doing a good job of bouncing back, but that was a nice jump up. Man, that's just some solid Roadhog play. But what I was talking about with Zombie was trying to fly back to Pharah, but Pharah was hanging out fairly low. So whenever everybody from BLT was just jumping in on Zombie, tried to fly back and hit the top, like the bottom of the walkway, so couldn't get away. So the rest of the team from BLT just jumped in, instantly got the Mercy, and that's what left Scorpion by himself. Still did a great job playing around it. Almost managed to take out Luke's Genji, but just didn't have the ability to push in, because naturally you don't want to be Pharah and step around that corner and shoot and direct yourself with a rocket. So he decided to play back, and it was just took a little bit too long. Primal Rage kicked in, and it was just nice understanding of hero selection. And I also have to throw it to Luke. Even though I had no life, right as soon as the Primal Rage was thrown, Luke jumped out there and was started trying to be more of a distraction to try to see what damage he can get onto Scorpion as well. That ended up being pretty important.
BLT proving their worth, as we talked about before. They are the favorites. They just 3-0'd Supernova. That is surprising, though. We didn't expect a 3-0. They still have to win another round. Supernova has to take 2 in a row now. We'll see if they can inject some life back into this matchup. Otherwise, BLT is just going to, if we have the same performance we saw before, BLT will just take this with no contestation. I mean, if they can beat up Supernova like this, well, we'll have to see if Supernova comes back. But if they can beat up Supernova like this, are they even stoppable? I don't know. Supernova is an incredibly strong team.
Supernova has been playing well, and we have to make sure that we give them credit inside of that. That wasn't like clear, decisive. Like, sure, it was a 3-0 in favor of BLT, but Supernova was specifically playing very, very well. It goes back to what we were talking about way earlier in the stream. It's these little bitty small things like that Mercy catching on that wall, or just a little bit of overextension, or the selection of running the D.Va in that one specific spot whenever you're running the pharmacy, kind of getting caught out. These are specific factors that are going to come back and bite you. Supernova has been playing very, very well through that, though, and I think that they do have a chance to get some wins inside this. They just need to pull together and not let that last 3-0 tilt them, because that's where the big factor comes in. You have to see the resolution from a team at this point.
Well, their name is Supernova, so maybe I don't know if they can resist the tilt. But here they are running.
Maybe it goes back to the science. Remember, we talked about the science. It's about, you got to slowly collapse. We saw a really slow collapse, and then they explode really big. Maybe this is the explosion from Supernova.
Metaphors galore. McCree, Anna, Reinhardt. This is a composition heavily favored by Supernova eSports. But Pharah, Mercy, Tracer, one of the strongest compositions that BLT has in their arsenal, if not the strongest. We'll see if Scorpion can land the shots he needs and not be picked out by this Pharah Tracer that's so deadly.
That was a nice cushion grenade, forcing everybody. You can see everybody's trying to make it back to spawn, trying to get some cover. They understand the fact that these rockets are just going to harass too much damage. It's good understanding of what's happening and good understanding of the map. Meanwhile, we see Tracer. Luke's just trying to get in and get some harass damage. Trying to fire some rockets in.
Oh.
Alien's doing good on harass. Luke is just getting in here now. I was like, nope, it's time. That was just solely unlocked by Alien.
Wow, look at that charge, though. That was a beautiful charge. It's not going to be enough, though. Just a little consolation prize as BLT does clean that up, the Tracer and the Mercy. The Mercy also had her Resurrect available if she needed it. But like I said, BLT just executes that specific composition so well. It's unbelievable. The synergy between Tracer and Pharah that they have, Luke and Alien 42, is just so great. CJ Chrome, rather.
And we just got an announcement from the admins that we were going to be watching the other side of the playoffs before we move into the finals. So we'll get a good grip on all the teams. This one's trucking through really quickly, so they're going to put a hold on that. So we will be actually able to see all 4 teams that could potentially be making it into the finals, which is fairly exciting.
CJ Crum is playing Widowmaker. He has put out tremendous amounts of work on this hero in the past. Up against the Fair Mercy. There's 2 hit scan right now for BLT. They're playing the perfect thing into this. But interestingly enough, a Zarya to be paired with this Fair Mercy. So they're focusing specifically on the Pharah.
Trying to give him the tools necessary to survive and go through. Again, though, it kind of leaves Panic Paladin in a rough spot. He's got to stay alive, and look at this kind of being ignored as well.
Wow, Alien 42 goes down early on. The camera wasn't on him, but now it's up to CJ Crum. He can land those headshots, though. It's possible. Oh, not anymore, though. Not when he's dead. Scorpion with a nice direct on him. It's just Luke, and this is going to be the first round that Supernova actually takes. It's not going to be a sweep after all.
We saw BLT that was positioning and trying to play and push on the pharmacy super strong, and that's what they were focusing all their shields on. And they kind of didn't pay attention to Panic Paladin, who was standing right next to him. So Panic Paladin just went up the stairs and just started laying in damage on the soldier and took him down. That just totally game changed off of that, and that forced everything onto the Widowmaker. And just, I don't know. I don't know if maybe they just didn't see the positioning of Panic Paladin, but they kind of they forced him into that corner. I don't know where that came from, but just really solid play from Panic Paladin, seeing the opportunity and taking it to take down that soldier.
Like I said, the camera wasn't on that, unfortunately, so we couldn't see what happened, but that was a very fast kill by the Zarya, so she must have had some energy. The soldier must have been a little bit out of position. We'll see what BLT can bring back here. They did just lose their first round, so let's see if Supernova eSports can carry it through. This is their big chance to take this momentum home with them. And they're running their double DPS composition. I think this is their strongest composition, personally. Their best executed composition.
Seeing everybody pair up. Luke's playing really aggressive with this Roadhog, as we've seen. Trying to come in.
Oh, we got it.
Hook. Got the hook onto the Zenyatta. That's catastrophic.
Scorpion, again, with no healing, a little bit difficult. He needs to find something. It's so hard, though. Zarya has the shields. They have all the peel they need. There's no way that Scorpion can do this. He needs to find maybe a blade. I don't know. He's at 62%. It's a long way away. No, he can't quite find it. Paladin just cleaving through, trying to do one last desperate attempt. But it's futile after all. It's so a single Winston against all of that. So, BLT going up 2 rounds to 1. They need to win this. And if they do, well, they advance to grand finals.
So all pressure now goes on to other team. They've got to figure out what they're going to do. Supernova has to figure out how they're going to play into this, and they have to figure out what to do with the comps specifically. Panic Paladin's going to look like he's going to be running the Roadhog. Seeing May, again, this is projectile, very close range damage that they need to be pumping out. On the flip side, though, they're going to potentially be fighting against a dive comp. They might be able to make this work, but Luke has been really, really scary on this Genji. They need to try to force him out. He's going to be the X factor in there. We can see Scorpion or Panic Paladin manage to shut down Luke inside this round. That's going to be their chance.
All right, full dive composition is locked in for BLT. All the peel in the world, basically. They have a Roadhog and a Lucio and a Mei. So they shouldn't really be caught out by this. It's all going to be on CJ Chrome to try to find some damage, because they are right now. BLT is at a team composition disadvantage. Ooh, hook narrowly misses.
CJ Chrome can pump out some damage inside of this. A lot of just back and forth. Nothing really, no real big tick damage. CJ Chrome just take a little bit of nickel and dime. Scorpion managed to take a couple of shurikens to the face, and that can't be survived through with Lucio or Axie. Hook does come out onto Alien. Bubble instantly goes down. Got some damage, though, but not entirely detrimental.
Oh, well, it's going to isolate Luke, but fortunately, no hook up. Fortunately for him, no hook up on the Roadhog. He just used it on Winston, so he won't quite die, but he needs to worry. Cooldowns are available. Oh, lots of headshots right there. It's going to give him the blade as well. One more slash will take out Zombie. Luke taking his team one step closer to the grand finals, but Panic Paladin says no, not quite yet. Full Whole Hog comes out, takes out CJ Chrome. This is a very even game so far.
But we see a lot of healing capabilities that are coming out inside of Supernova Esports. Taking their time, making advantage of this, but Scorpion is just getting jumped upon. It's taking so much damage. Alien Mage is taking him out. Panic Paladin is the last person left, taking a breather, trying to get some health. Gotta play around this Primal Rage, still getting bumped around, and Genji is just on top of him.
Beautiful
Luke is at
reflex.
half-life, though. So
Nice
now
left
it's
click,
just
though.
Panic Paladin and Alien.
I don't know if there's enough DPS here. Alien 42 needs to go in. He needs to finish this off before there's another take a breather, but there's just so much damage from this Roadhog, and he has the whole hog as well. Alien 42 is forced to back off. I don't know if he has any tools as a Winston in order to defeat this Roadhog. No, he doesn't. All right. Team Supernova takes it back from the brink of death with the help of the Roadhog player Panic Paladin. This is all tied up 2-2.
There was just a solid set of plays, understanding who to take down. That death onto Luke was absolutely pivotal inside the match. Allowed Panic Paladin to survive through. Just became a war of attrition at this point because there was just nothing that Winston could do. Sure, he could nickel and dime damage. Panic Paladin could just heal it back up and could produce so much damage close range. And here we go. This is where all the interesting comps start to come out. We do see an Orisa hitting the table as well as a Junkrat. All healers now for Supernova Esports look like they've been spent, so they're having to go full-on DPS. Other side of that, we still do see Anna. CJ Chrome has to work with.
Okay, so Panic Paladin on the Junkrat for tournament life. Zombie and Soup on Orisa. This composition, very weak to dive, but we've already seen BLT use their dive comp, so this is safe.
At this point, you almost wonder if Supernova should just play this full stall and hide out in their spawn and try to push this into another round, given the amount of heroes that they knew that were going to be coming back up against them. I mean, we still see McCree, and it's a pretty strong composition all in all. They're trying to localize and stay inside of this hallway, play around Orisa's strengths, but at a certain point, that's just not going to be favorable for them, as Luke's just pushing in. Alien's trying to find something. That was a nice pull together, trying to get some halt damage and or halt maneuverability inside there, but they can't. You can tell the fact that everybody on BLT is kind of nervous about pushing in on this. Just waiting, taking down the shield. Another shield will be up in just a moment, though.
They should be nervous. This is, I mean, potentially if they lose this round, then Supernova has a chance to, I mean, just come back and take it. You see a little bit of chip damage coming out. If we look at the late game here, the ultimate's available. Scorpion has Visor. That's very strong. Panic Paladin. I mean, Wheel. We've never seen Wheel actually in 3v3. That sounds not too bad. Riptire?
Riptire has the potential to be really strong, but Panic is just taking so long to build it since he doesn't have the angles to really get good damage. He's at half-life right now, so they're having to play specifically Supernova Esports around this healing station to make sure that their people stay up and healthy. It's all about healing station and shield and keeping those together.
Sleep is on Orisa.
Hits onto Zombie. This could be really big, and that's the moment. Look at this. Luke just goes in.
That sleep dart was game deciding, but the Visor from Scorpion takes out CJ Chrome, and without an Anna, this is completely evened up. Scorpion being pursued. Great job by Zombie though, peeling for him. He is alone. He has the healing though. There is no mech right now for D.Va. There's still a little bit of time left for Scorpion to take this 1v1 with McCree, but no, D.Va comes in. That's gonna be it. BLT takes the entire set. So close by Supernova. They almost brought it back from, like I said, literally the brink of death in this tournament. But it's not going to be BLT, the veterans, the previous tournament winners from last tournament, will proceed to the grand finals, trying to take it 2 in a row. We'll see if they can, though, as we swap over now